Hey there, Jeb Smith, Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage in Huntington Beach, and want to take a minute and talk about short sales. Not something we're seeing as often in our market right now, but they do come up and often get, asked what a short sale is. So I want to take a minute and explain it, help you understand. That way, if you're out there looking at property, you have an idea of what you're getting into when buying one. So a short sale is a property that someone is trying to sell at a price where they owe more on the property than it's worth, right? So let's assume you have a mortgage that is $500,000, and for whatever reason, properties have pulled back in value, and now your property is worth $450,000. So it's worth $450,000, but you owe the bank $5,000, and you need to sell that property. Well, you can't sell it for $500,000, what you owe on it, because the market, isn't going to bear that when home values are, say, at $450,000. So there's a $50,000 difference there that you owe on that property from what the current market value of that property is. That is a short sale. So you are selling it for less than you owe with the bank. Now keep in mind, on short sales, just because I list a property, again, at say $450,000 when I owe $500,000, doesn't necessarily mean the bank's going to agree with that, right? So there are third parties that you have to get approval through in order to sell your property for less money than you owe, and that is a short sale. While they're not as common in the market that we're in right now, they were extremely common 10 years ago because of the credit crisis, and the market that we went through at that time. There were a lot of short sales. A lot of people owed more money on their homes at that time than they were worth, so we saw a lot of short sales. So in this market where home values are continuing to appreciate for the most part, if anything else, at worst case they're kind of stabilizing. People have equity in their properties, and the big thing now versus say 10, 12 years ago is that loan programs are a lot more stringent now. So down payments have been required. Verification of income is critical now when buying a property. Stated income's not really around like it was back then. So the loans are better loans these days with regards to the bank's verifying the information so that you're not having a lot of false information out there and people just, buying at 100% financing, walking away and creating this bubble of a market, which is what we saw back then. So to get back to I realized that was off topic there for a moment, but a short sale aren't as common when you're seeing values increase and stabilize. So as we in the future, you're going to see a pullback in the market. You could start to see more short sales come to the market at that time. And, keep in mind when buying them, it's not as easy as just putting in an offer and getting it accepted in a lot of cases. A lot of cases you put in the offer, the realtor on that side or whoever's representing that seller has to submit it to the bank to get bank approval in order to sell it for less money. So I hope that's helpful. Realize I kind of went off on a tangent there, but if you have additional questions about short sales, about foreclosures, about the market in general, feel free to reach out to me. Would love the opportunity to help. Talk again soon. Bye-bye.